Hello, everyone. Today we are looking into the Scam Jam catastrophe that has rolled out. So Nacho Man, put out a Instagram over the weekend advertising Megsy's raspberry jam that looked like placenta jam, if you ask me, and some in-app biscuits. The post has now been deleted from Instagram. And there is a puff piece that has emerged saying Nacho did it off his own back and it wasn't anything to do with Megatron or Howie and all that stuff. So we are going to have a look with the cards. We're going to see what really happened, what's the real tea around this post. Because we knew she was going to do something. We knew that something was going to happen because it's kind of canon now. But we're going to have a look and see, did she get this post deleted or what? Or is the pushback being too much? Or did it not cause too much of a stir as she wanted? I mean, it's pretty pathetic, right? I'm just going to say it again. It's pretty damn pathetic. If you've got to resort to merching dog biscuits because your nemesis, the beautiful Her Royal Highness Catherine, Princess of Wales, is making a comeback from her convalescence. Well, she's been having treatment. I know Catherine isn't back full time yet, but it was such a joy to see her. And this one's wife was like, look at my dog biscuits. And now she's saying, oh, no, it happened. Nacho did it on his own back. We didn't do any. Yeah. Then why send him them? Please have my inedible dog biscuits and placenta jam. She only made one of two. I mean, come on. Something's going on. Let's have a look. But what? I've never... I know there's a lot of food Instagrammers and stuff who like put a plate of food on. And I know there's like people who sell products and there's a lot of merchandising on them, but dog biscuits, and it's not even in the same brand. And the placenta jam didn't even have the label stuck on properly. I mean, it's the lasses at the Women's Institute, I was going to say WI, but my American friends might know that the Women's Institute would not let that pass at a church sale. That label, that label would have been stuck on properly with some homemade jam. And this, I'm just such a wholesome humanitarian, Hattie. Okay. So I'm going to pull some cards for this. I'm going to have a look. I'm going to see Megsy, what really happened with Nacho. Now, I did pick up a while ago that Nacho was going to do something for her. This must have been it. So, yeah, that was a prediction that I got right there. So let's have a look. Let's have a look at Megsy and the jam. What we got? Oh, if you have been around my channel for a while, you will know that the Nine of Pentacles, I usually say, well, it's a very Catherine card, isn't it, when it's in the upright? There's this accomplished, beautiful, gorgeous lady standing on her own. She's got there. She's made it. She is immaculate. And she's standing there holding a bird of prey on her wrist to say, I am composed, I am still, I am gentle, but I am quick and alert and can act. The Emu is the Nine of Pentacles in reverse. She is jealous of Catherine. Now, as well, these cards, I've been using them to read on Megsy since 2019, and doesn't look like that the when the moon bump number 2 dropped, either in 2020 or 2021, I forget. Doesn't it look like, without Harry and of course a child that they were holding, doesn't it look like that tree and that pose when she was like cradling the moon bump? These cards I've been using since 2019, and it's crazy the amount of foreshadowing that's from this deck for Megsy, this particular deck. It's the Barbara Walker Tarot. You can have a look yourselves if you want online, look at all the different cards. So yeah, that 9 of Pentacles in reverse, this is about her nemesis. This is she's wanting to seem to be accomplished. She's wanting to be together, but she's failing at it, and it's eating her up. It is eating her up that Catherine appeared at Trooping. She wants all of the accolades that Catherine gets. She wanted to take some shine off it. This is like, it's mean girl behavior on steroids, and you kind of think, well, surely, like, you're in your 40s, you should be over this stuff. But I mean, knocks are gonna knock, and yeah. What was really crossing over her as well, the Princess of Cups. Now, the Princess of Cups in traditional tarot relates to the Page of Cups, and of course, I think she was going to do it anyway. I feel like she was going to do this jam stunt anyway, because of course the beautiful Wales children will be there. Now, it's too intrusive for me as a reader. It's up to other tarot readers what they do, but this is just my boundary that I set to go in and read individual children's. But if there's something about the children coming up, I will use the eldest child's star sign, and we'll just say George, and collectively say like the Wales children, or come out as the Page of Cups. The Page of Cups is, of course, a water sign, and George, bless him, his birthday's coming up soon. So is William's, actually. They're both sun sign Cancer. So I would use that as an indicator. So it's really very much what's crossing over, what really drove this whole jam thing. She thought it would be bigger news, but Catherine and the royals were like, spike. And I think that's why they held off to releasing it to Friday at 6 o'clock, because chef's kiss. And they went ahead with it, and it just made Megsy look even more petty, you know? Ten of Wands. Okay, she's trying to get out of it. She's trying to relieve herself of the burden there. We know that because they've tried to get out of it with this, oh no, we didn't ask anyone to post that. Nacho man did it off his own back. Yeah, right. And the rest. The world of polo and royalty, especially aristocratic, very wealthy people, they will have known, like, Trooping the Colours on. Nacho's not going to be aware of that. There's a lot of royal connections in polo all around the world. So he will be aware of that. They've yeah. So it wasn't just a mistake. Judgment is in reverse. She doesn't like it. She really doesn't like those headlines that were out in the papers about her. She feels harshly judged by. She feels like she's been judged by a different standard. We'll see what's leaving the situation. So this means what's led up to the situation, what's happened before it, what's underneath it. This is why they've pulled it. But we'll just have a look. She's feeling a bit judged. She wanted to confuse the situation. This is just their typical puff pieces. Now, there was a lot, there's been a ramping up in puff pieces, we've got to say. And the Seven of Cups coming up to it, there has been a lot of they've been trying to kind of like deflect from news articles and stuff. So they really didn't like the Nigerian criticism that they got, the First Lady of Nigeria. They really didn't like that. So they've been trying to kind of like put little, there's been puff pieces out and deflections. There's been a lot of Harry's going to make up with William. Harry's going to come back to the UK. Oh my God, and all of this stuff. But it's the Seven of Cups says there's not a lot of truth in a lot of those stories. Really, if you watched my reading last night, the King was really not happy with the Scam Jam stunt. Really not happy. So okay, what's on Megsy's mind right now? Coming up, King of Cups. Oh yeah, never not think that the way energetically I feel about Megsy, I feel she spends a lot of time watching what other people's doing and going, I could do that better, and then trying just to kind of like insert herself into something. I think you'll find that with Knox. They tend to kind of think they are better than everyone else, you know. And that King of Cups could mean, of course, William. William is sun sign Cancer. She could well be watching it's Garter Day, so she could be watching Garter Day. There might be some concerns around another. Oh, Nacho is Pisces. I think Megsy likes Nacho a little bit too much. This is Nacho. This isn't necessarily William, because it's in the upright. She dislikes William because I think she feels rejected by William. And the Ace of Pentacles in reverse, money loss. Okay. The Ace of Pentacles in reverse. Your venture will end up in bankruptcy, or will basically fail badly, bigly, as the Donald would say. There's a venture here. She's really like not good. She thought it would track better than it would land better. This whole Jam Instagram thing, it would get, there would be a buzz, but instead the press were like, the New York Post as well was saying, oh look, here she is again, look at me. Yeah, but I don't know if she's going to completely, no offense to the Markles, but Markle, we need a new word for Markling, don't we? But I think it's canon now, isn't it? So with Nacho man, I wanna be a Nacho man. I think she might like him a little bit too much, a little bit a lot, you know. I mean, his wife's a billionaire. Isn't his wife like some kind of like, oh, what you call them? She's like from a really wealthy kind of like Argentinian, aristocratic kind of family, big money. Or I don't know, it might be a business person. I'm not too sure. I don't know too much about the Nacho family, but the Ace of Cups, the Ace of Pentacles in reverse there. Oh dear, things are not going well for the Scam Jam. We've all got eyes, we can see it, but the cards are actually saying it too. Ace of Pentacles in reverse. It's going to bomb. It's going to fail. It's potentially going to be one of their biggest failures to date. And boy, we do have a lot of failures. Now, in yesterday's reading, I said, and I was like, I wish I'd said that on the video. the Wheel of Fortune's coming up for her. At this point, Megsy could win $5 on a lotto, and that would be a boon for her, you know? So when we think of Wheel of Fortune, we think something great's going to happen, like, you know, we're going to win a few £100, or somebody who's going to come into our lives who's going to like enrich it, or we're going to go on holiday, or something's going to change unexpectedly. So I think really Megsy's good fortune, because everything has been so dire, and deservedly so in a way. She projects her own energy. She's gonna you know, it could be something like, I don't know, she gets a discount from a brand, she gets a merchandising thing from a brand. And the Ace of Pentacles is in reverse as well, so there's money going, there's I wouldn't necessarily say contracts per se, but everything's going quite south quite quickly with material wealth, abundance. Everything is going away. But I do think she's holds a little torch for Mr. Nacho. Now, what she wants to do with all of this, she's hoping to reframe everybody and get sentimental about maybe Harry's history with the monarchy. She wants to kind of interject the invisible children somehow. Recollections may vary how many they are and how they got here. And then we have the Two of Pentacles in reverse. And we have the High Priestess in reverse. Megsy, 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 Megsy. You're going to have some secrets come out about you soon. Something is going to come out. And because we're doing a reading about the Scam Jam, and we're doing the reading about Nacho and the polo, he's officially part of the polo world, it'll be around that. So I'm thinking it's either going to be involved with the jam making process. She's not going to be happy about it. It's going to be uncomfortable for her. There's going to be some leaks, and there's nothing she can do to stop it. People, I feel now, have got a good measure of her. And back in 2019, when I started, people didn't necessarily. But I feel like it's not going to surprise everyone. Everyone's going, it's going to be a disaster. We can feel it. It's a tank. And then we're going to find out some interesting information, I feel, coming out soon. Potentially this summer. Or it might even just be after the jam launch. The Two of Pentacles in reverse. She's not going to be able to change public opinion. She's not going to be able to tread the water while the waves are crashing around her. She isn't going to be able to pull the same tricks that she's pulled all of her life with Instagram or the TIG, or how she's like social climbed and infiltrated stuff, and how she's behaved and her seafaring years. Nothing like that. She can't do it anymore. And she's still oblivious to that fact that she thinks she's opaque, but everyone sees her as really translucent. She's completely oblivious to it. So there we go. That is what I see in the cards. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know if there's any readings you would like me to do. I'm going to be doing some lives this week. I've had a bout of Miserona, so yeah. We will be back to lives this week. Thank you all so much for the support, and I hope you've enjoyed this reading. I'll see you really soon for some more. Take care, guys. Bye.